Hey everyone, welcome back to the Big Dig. I just had a night's sleep up in my room. It's been a little while since I've been up in my room. I tend to say that a lot, huh? It's been a little while since this, been a little while since that. So I got a computer up here. I got my, my golden apples, which are my favorite things in the world. Got my little chest here with my old lapis armor, which is really cool. And I've got, this is my washroom. This is where you go to do your thing. You got to have your bathroom, right? So, the last episode, we did the molecular hyponupernating super duper alchemical NASA space computer here. Now, since we did it, I've encoded one pattern. Alright, so the ME encoded pattern. You take an ME blank pattern and you encode it to be able to build something. What you need is a pattern encoder. Alright, you take your pattern and you put it in here, and if it's recognizable, it'll show up here. If it's not, you actually have to have one of the things, like say you're going to try and make a solar panel. So you put the pattern in here, you put an actual solar panel here, you put a blank pattern here, and you tell it to encode, and it will encode this pattern to make this item, and it comes up with a pattern. You take that pattern and you put it right here, see? It's a little encoded pattern, right? It says it takes to make one solar panel with 2 redstone, 1 enriched alloy, and 3 osmium ingots. Osmium ingots. There's that word again. Anyway, you put it inside here, and remember, we have actually 4. There's 2, 3, 4 of these things that we can actually fill up. So that's a ton of patterns that we can put in there, as well as the CPU upgrades that we have, which makes things faster crafting-wise, right? So now if I come into here, now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can search for what you want, and what we're looking for is a solar panel right here, right? So there's the solar panel, or if you don't have that many things, or you know that there's something that you don't make extras of, you craft each time you need them, you can come over here to the view stored / craftable. There's the view items, and here's craftable. So any items that are actually craftable will appear here, and if there's a lot of them, obviously you have a slider bar, and you can see I do have one in here, but this says to craft it. So you click on it, ME crafting. So you can do, multiples of 64, of 10, of 1. Let's say we can make 3 of these things. Begin. And we tell it to start crafting these guys up. And based off those computers, we should have them built. Alright, is it making it? Oh, you know what? I wonder if I actually have the right stuff in here. Let's see. Solar. There's 1. Can we make 10 of them? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold the phone. I may not have this. We got the power to there. I may not have it right, come to think of it. There might be another step that I was missing. Oh, I know. No, I don't. In here. Storage computer. So inside here, it should have access to all this stuff. Should be able to craft 2. It's not crafting them. Sort order A to Z. Alright, so I'm not sure why. Fail. Anyway, but that's how you do it. I'll figure out. I forgot what the other step was. But you take an ME encoded pattern storage. It's one. Here it is. ME blank pattern, right? So you make an ME blank pattern, and you make one of these for each one of the patterns, like that you would normally put in a crafting table or a project bench. So all I did was I came down here, and in this bench here, I had this set up. Right? We had this set up. Let's take some of these back out of here. Put that there. And you see what it does? Solar panel. So this is the pattern that's actually in there. Right there. Oh! I messed it up, actually. I know what I did. I know what I did. All right, watch this. We're gonna fix this. We're not gonna go silently into the night. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. All right, we're gonna need some of these. All right, so we're gonna put these glass panes in here. We're going to take this out of there because that's no good. You see what I did? I encoded an incorrect recipe. I forgot the panels. And like I said before, I've seen it to where some of the recipes aren't in there, so if you build it and put one in, it'll actually encode it. And that's what I thought it was, but I forgot the panels, and that's probably why it didn't actually encode. So what we need to do is let's make up another one of these guys. Where was it? There it is. So 2 glass, you know, got the glowstone, quartz, and the iron. Okay, we got the glowstone, we got the quartz, we got the iron, and we need some glass blocks. Let's go ahead and make a couple of these guys. So we got 9 of those. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, and this time we're actually going to do the recipe correct, right? Got that. 3 of these guys. Now, oh, see? Now it actually appears. Before it didn't appear, and I'm like, oh, I guess I have to put one in to tell the recipe what this is. So now we've got a blank pattern. We've got the actual correct recipe, which it shows up. We tell it to encode. So there's that. Now we want to take this and put this in here. Did you see how it was red? That was probably the indicator. We got to put this. We're gonna have to burn this thing somehow or somewhere because it's actually a bad pattern. So let's put all this stuff in. And we can put that in there too. Now let's go in here to our craftable. Tell it to craft us 5 of these things. Begin. Now, will it actually do it? There's 6 of them. Okay, so we have 6, and we want to craft 1 more. I might not have enough stuff for it. Oh, you know what? 28. Yeah, I should have enough stuff for it. 3. All right. We go back to solar. Why is it not crafting? It crafted 6 of them. Because I only had what I have. I had 1 in there and I asked for 5, so it did make them. Oh, I know what it is. I probably don't have enough glass panes. See, I only have 2 glass panes. So, just to prove this out, let's make some more glass panes. Alright, so there's 16 of them now. Let's throw that stuff in here. Now, let's ask it to craft us. You know, we have, as of right now, we have none, right? Solar. We have no. Alright, so what it just did was it built the ones that I had in there. It remembered that I wanted the ones. There's 6 more, see? Make sure that we have. I'm like going back and forth on this pretty bad, but I'll make up for it. So we used up all the glass panes. So there we go. That's what we made this thing for. Now we'll just put these in here. So as we go along, the different components that we want to use, we're just going to build these encoded patterns with the actual recipe, fill this up, and when you want it, you'll come in here and say, you know, give me X amount of this, and as long as you have the resources, it will build it. If you don't have the resources, as soon as it gets the resources, it will then build it. There's a whole nother side to this. If you guys saw my Tech It Light playthrough, I did a pretty intensive, or not intensive, pretty in-depth coverage of applied energistics. And what I did there was I hooked up like smelters, right? I hooked up something like this to the bus. And it was hooked up like in here. See, all these chests here are actually hooked up to the bus. That's what that is. It's the network. And let's say I didn't have any ingots, but I could import into here the actual resource. Say I wanted iron. I could import iron into here, and then it would make an ingot, then it would export it out of here into our system, and then it would make it. So it knew the raw resources that we needed, and it would make the raw resources only as it needed it, which is pretty cool. So you can end up putting all of your stuff in, in your network, so to speak, and it would then transfer it, import and export it out of furnaces, out of crafting tables, out of different things like that. It would make the raw resources needed to make the actual final recipe. The trick to it is you have to encode every step of the way. So to get to say a windmill, to get to one of those, I don't know how many offhand how many encoded recipes it would take, but let's just say it may take 5 or 6 to make one of those. The end result, and then a lot of the different components to build that end result. So it gets pretty complicated. So when you first start to put that together, it's kind of tedious. Let's say it's kind of tedious, but once you get it done, if it's something you're going to use a lot of, you're definitely it's gonna pay off in the long run. So here's what I wanted to do, you guys. I've been dying to do this. And I know this is big dig where we're building all this cool stuff. But remember I talked a few episodes ago that I've only gone from basically that first home to here. And I went a little over there and we found something. We found this in the sky. We found a couple of those. I'm 100% sure there's a lot more of this kind of stuff in this world. What I'd like to do is start to venture off in one of these directions. Probably this way. I want to continue this way. We'll go, 1,000 blocks or something, and then we'll swing back around and see if there's anything out here. I put a rocket on here? Oh no! Dude, wasn't I shooting it? Where the heck did that go? Oh, I know what I did. I remember now. Stop hitting me. Oh! It struck the house. I shot it at the house. What did it blow up? It didn't do much damage. Hey, there's a chest here. What do you got in here? It didn't do much damage. Those conventional missiles, they're really not that strong. This thing barely did any damage. Hey. Yeah, you almost hit me, son. Get out of here. You know where I actually had that marked? Right here. I had that missile marked right for the very center. That it didn't hit there. Now, someone had mentioned I don't know if it... Are you guys really shooting me still? I don't know if it was on Twitter or in the comment section or if it was a YouTube message. It was one of them. I definitely read through those things to get these little tips and tricks that you guys tell me about. Some of the stuff that maybe you had done and I haven't. This thing here said that you put one of these what are they called? Support frame on here, and what it does is it increases the accuracy of the rocket. So let's just say maybe it has an accuracy without it of 50 blocks, and with it maybe it has the accuracy of 15 blocks, something like that. So that's what those are, and I have some here on the tier 3s. If we ever, well, when we actually get to the tier 3 rockets. I'm a little afraid, to be honest with you guys, about tier 3 rockets because the names of them. Nuclear missile, antimatter missile, red matter missile. There's some serious names to these things, and oh, look at these. You can actually, the detonation height. That's probably why it didn't actually explode. It just hit it. You need one of these to actually detonate at a certain height, because this one here doesn't tell you the height. It's just the X and Z. The X and Z. So this has X, Z, the height, a lock height, and a frequency. Inaccuracy, 0 blocks. I'm sure that would appear when you actually put the rocket in there. So anyway, you know what? Hold on. Food. I got food. I've got some wood. We're going to head off this way. We're going to head... Excuse me. Get out of here. We're going to head off this way and see if we can find anything cool. Now, we should be able to travel pretty far, pretty fast with, we've got jetpack, we've got jump boots, we've got 8.7 of charge, which is about halfway, a little more than half. This was the other test site. Remember, this was the incendiary, where the incendiary rocket landed. Look at how it cleared it out. This was a pretty dense forested area right here. So let's see. Well, we're gonna know how far we travel because we have the marker. 264 to the space station. Well, it's not the space station. It's what I called the space station before I actually made one. It's home. It's home, like how to get to the space station. Now we do have all these things too. The dimensional doors. I probably shouldn't be going in here without a way back. Hey, I haven't seen one. We've got a rift signature. Trail mix. Do these stack? They don't stack. Apple biscuit. You can keep your... This is... Oh, there's a lot of doors in here. Oh! Oh! Oh, get. That's danger. Woo! Alright, rift, signature, skeleton skull. Okay, so yeah, that wasn't good. Where's home at? Okay, back that way. That way, this way. Let's get out of here. That's dangerous, you guys. There's all kinds of like little traps in there. And some of them like open pistons in the floor and make you fall, which the good thing is I do have jetpack. But the other thing is there's TNT, and if it explodes and explodes the door, you can't get back, right? That's why you're supposed to have either, say, like a linking book, which we've used. Remember the linking books? You either use a linking book to get back to Overworld, or we could use a trans-dimensional trap door, I believe, is another way to get back. So you want to be careful. And because I don't have either one of those with me, I shouldn't go in there right now. Oh, look. See? Up there, there's another one of those houses. So I think we're going to find... Oh, well, I'm hoping we find something really cool. Like, because we've only seen a couple of things. And there's no way that there's only that house and that other weird thing that's above our little space station home area. There's some chocobos. There's got to be other things. Remember the dungeon that we fell into a hole? Remember the dungeon that we found underground? That's another thing. You know, there's a lot of... I'm sure there's a lot of things in here. Why is it like raining, eternally raining? Raining forever. This is what I like, a big open field. Got a desert coming up here. I got to make sure that as I travel fast, we allow the world around us to spawn in so we don't just kind of run by something. Like, see up there? Got to make sure we let everything spawn in. So how far are we? 833. See, if we were only going to go 1,000 blocks, we could get there really quick. So we got some oil here. We do have a lot of bee things too. Are you coming after me, son? Seriously? Do you guys know who I am? I'm Thane of Whiterun. I'm the Harbinger. That's from Skyrim. I'm Dragonborn Meaty. I like killing things. Delicious food. All right, let's go. Let's get some air beneath our feet here. When you're actually running and you do the sprint jump, the jet boots jump. Oh, see, look, we got something here. The jet boots actually really kick you in, and you basically get to stay along the ground. It doesn't. The jetpack sometimes make you feel like you're almost like a creative mode, but this here, you can still cruise around the ground. Look, we've already found something here. Some sort of... Should we just fly straight up and see what it is? Like some kind of little battle thing. Doesn't look like much to it. Is there an opening to it? Or do you have to just go in the top and just beast it? Is that oil over there? Yeah, that's oil. Alright, got oil. So I hope you guys don't mind. Like, this is basically, yeah, this is probably the end of this episode. If you guys don't mind, let's just go on an adventure. Next episode, right? we'll go in here and see what this is next episode. And we'll continue out, flank around, and go back, and then we'll get back to building some cool stuff. But you can see we can travel around really quick. And aren't you guys interested to see if there's any other cool things? Look, like I said, we've already found something here. Let's get up here and kill this dude. Hey! Hey, I'm the ruler of this tower. Let's see what's down in here. So we got a chest, a couple spawners. Nothing too spectacular with this, but we'll start with this next episode. And again, we'll head out. Let's just say we'll head out, I don't know, 3,000 blocks total from home. Take a right turn, head over a little bit, and head back. Just to see what we can find in this world. We've done very little exploration in the Big Dig world here because we found some cool stuff right away and started building. Found that cool mountaintop where we're at as a home, and it was kind of just by random. It was because that other thing was up in the sky. So hope you guys stick with me. Please watch the next episode, even though it's not going to be about, you know, building and crafting and stuff. It'll be a little bit adventure and kind of chilling, seeing new stuff. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode. Later.